Alright, so I haven't made a video in a really long time. I've been busy a lot with school, hockey, and other shit. Um, the Leafs off season. Rebuilding mode. It's not that impressive. Brian McCabe was traded. I don't. It's not. Lots of people give Brian McCabe shit for. Well, obviously, because the media put it all on him. Like, oh, he sucks. He cost us so many games. Well, no, we have a better record with him in the lineup than out. So I don't know where they got that from, but he scored yesterday too in a shootout, which is kind of funny. But yeah, I'm really Culliman hasn't really shown much yet, and I hope that changes when the season starts. Cause this guy supposedly it's on a couple websites. I think it was on TSN too. They said that if Kaliman was put into the draft that we just had, he would be in the top three. And he was drafted in I think '06, second round, 44th overall or something, which isn't too bad. But and Luke Shen is looking amazing. That guy is fucking awesome on the ice. Actually, I wouldn't mind seeing him this year because I know he would be up for a rookie, the rookie, best rookie in the league, the Calder. But I guess they don't want to rush him, which is good. The Leafs have a history of rushing defensemen that end up choking out, so it's good that they're keeping him. I guess he's gonna go back to fucking Rockets, or he could go to the Marlies. Either one doesn't really matter. Uh, Matt Sundin still hasn't made up his mind, which is kind of pissing me off. I don't really. It's his decision, but really he needs to choose. Is it Ottawa? Is it New York? Is it Montreal? Is it Vancouver? Detroit? Like I don't know. Personally, I think it's New York Rangers or Toronto. It's or retirement. He might retire too. You never know. But it looks like he's pulling a fucking Scott Niedermayer here. Like, holy shit. He said he didn't want to do that either. Uh, I watched a couple of the preseason games. Well, it's only been like two or three. Uh, like I said, Luke Shen's looking good. I like Alex Steen actually. He's playing pretty nicely. Matt Stajan was wearing the A, which could be hinting at something. I think that they should give the C to Pavel Kabina, just because he is a vocal leader, and Thomas Caberly is kind of like a quiet guy who just has a lot of talent. Uh, but yeah, I don't really know much to talk about because there's nothing that's really gone on in the league so far. Like I'm looking on TSN, it's just showing like all this shit, like just like the scores and the highlights and shit and all that. There's a couple fantasy drafts I entered, but the one major one that I entered was literally drafted players. I think my team was Ovechkin, Thornton, Aginla, Lidstrom. I think I think it was Mike Green, and then my goalie was Evgeny Nabokov. I thought it was a pretty decent team. Like fuck, I got Ovechkin. He's pretty good. But yeah. Um, Fuck, I really don't know what to talk about. There's nothing really to talk about. The only thing, this is why I haven't made a video. That and I've been trying out. I've been going to a lot of tryouts. I went to a B and double A tryout, which is kind of funny because I don't play competitive. I play house league competitive. I used to play competitive A at one point, and I played double A one year, and I just quit because it was too much money, too much traveling, all this shit, and yeah, but I went to the tryouts and it was kind of funny because I just wanted to get some ice time in before my tryouts. My tryouts started last week, but we have like our assessments Friday and Saturday. Oh yeah, and I'm going to the Sens game on Saturday. I'm in a suite too, which is just kind of nice. I've already been one before. I kind of find that when I go into a suite, I'm more based on the food than the actual gameplay, which is kind of funny. It happened to me a couple times, which I don't really like. That's why I kind of wanted like good seats instead of like 100 level seats instead of a suite, but whatever. And oh yeah, there's it's against Montreal, by the way. I remember fucking Cliff Fletcher got called out on saying Nick Antropov was the only top six forward on the team, which is kind of funny because it's true. Like, if you think about it, Alex Ponikarovsky could be a top six forward, but the guy is fucking ridiculous. Like, he's so much better than what he's playing. Like, he's playing like maybe like a third line left winger. Like Alex Steen could definitely be a top six forward. I think he could be on the first line if he actually tried, but he doesn't put up the points. To 45 points or 40 points isn't second line or first line material. Jason Blake is definitely a top six forward. I don't know why he didn't include him. I just dropped my mic. I do that a lot. Other than that, he's pretty much right. Like Toulouse isn't really very good. His rookie year was shit, and I hope he steps it up this year. Nicholas Hagman is definitely not a top six forward. He was on friggin' he got I don't know like 27 goals on Dallas, but no, I see him as a fast, speedy, energy guy who could go on the checking line. And Garbovsky will be a top six forward, but he has to prove himself this year. I actually like that guy. I think he's pretty good. The one guy that I wish we had was Jesse Winchester. That guy is fucking amazing. Well, I shouldn't say amazing because he could turn out to be shit, but he is doing really good right now with the Sens, which I kind of don't like, but whatever. He scored a goal last night, I think. Chris Neal got two, which is kind of funny. And yeah, I don't know. For the rookies that I've seen on our team, they're not that great, but they are better than the Sens at least. Well, actually, the Sens have Brian Lee and Zuboff and Winchester, but we have Toulouse-Lee, Kuliman, Shen, Didesimo. Didesimo's pretty sick. The people that we drafted this year are fucking terrible. Like, I looked at them and like Joel Champagne is shit. Jimmy Hayes is like a fourth line. His potential is like a fourth line, third line center at best, and like it's just really weird how crappy we are at drafting. Like the only guy that we drafted that was good in this year's draft was Luke Shen, of course. Well, you can't really fuck that up. Like anybody in the top five is gonna be a bona fide like player in the NHL, unless you pull like a fucking Alexander Daigle or something like that. There's a lot of like lots of people are saying Hedman will be the number one pick now. Don't count that out. You might think he might be. He could have a better talent than Tavares, but Tavares is all around the media. He's fucking everywhere. Like if Toronto was to pick first round, and say like Hedman got 120 points as a defenseman, and Tavares got 70, Tavares would still be picked first because he's a Toronto homeboy and he's a hometown guy, and of course Toronto would pick him. If Toronto does go first overall, I don't really want to see Tavares play in Toronto because he's so fucking bad at skating. Like, if I could actually say with complete confidence that I could skate a lot faster than him. I'm not a better skater than him, but I could skate a lot faster. And the only thing he really has is a shot. He's not very good defensively. He is a like offense powerhouse. He is actually the best. He is actually one of the best players I've seen in a really long time in the offensive zone. Like I could see him putting up in his rookie year like around 100 points at least. Probably all of them are going to be goals, but yeah. One guy I hope that gets injured for the rest of the year or who gets like demoted to the second line is Jason Spezza. They had an article in TSN talking about how Spezza and Heatley can't play without elite players. Well, I've seen Heatley play without elite players. I've never seen Spezza. Whenever Spezza plays without elite players, he sucks. He's played 20 games without Alfie and Heatley, and in the 20 games he put 5 points, and he's like a negative 22. That's fucking terrible. He's the most overrated player in the league. That's pretty much how I'm gonna end it. He is a piece of shit. He's so overrated. Sens fans need to see that he is nothing better than a second line guy.